Hello, today I'm going to show you how to take bubble letters and make them look three-dimensional. To make them look three-dimensional is really just an optical illusion because my paper is flat. But I want them to look like they have space behind them, like they take up space, like there's something that you can hold. I'm pretending my letters are essentially three-dimensional shapes, but I'm drawing that flat on a sheet of paper. So to do that, what you have to do is you have to draw these diagonal lines. Now notice they're all pointing in the same direction. See this line here? It's pointing over here towards my front door, to my classroom. This line here is pointing in the same direction towards my classroom. This line here is pointing in the same direction towards my door. This line here towards my door. This line here towards my door. This line here towards my door. This line, and 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 this one, and this one. They're all pointing towards my classroom door. So, they're all pointing in the same direction. This is another example. What I did is I drew the letters art teacher, and from every point of the letter, I drew a line, and the line is going towards what we call a vanishing point. Every single line points towards the vanishing point, the vanishing point, the vanishing point, the vanishing point. And how I do that is I take a point, say on a letter, a corner, and I line up my ruler so that one side of the ruler is on the top of that letter T, and the other end of my ruler is on the vanishing point, and I draw a line that connects them. Essentially, in this one, we're doing the exact same thing, but instead of using a vanishing point, I'm pretending that my vanishing point is over there at my door. So once again, all of my lines point towards my door. I'm going to show you what that looks like when you're drawing it. I'm just going to use this as an example. I'm drawing the letter R. Okay. Just to help you as a visual aid, I'm going to take my corners and I'm going to make a black dot on them. Okay. Now over here, this is also a corner, but if I was to draw a line going back in space, it would go behind this letter here. Real quick, I'm just going to color it in pink. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line that is 1 inch long, and it's going to be pointed towards where? My door. Depending on where you're sitting in the classroom, you might choose the window, or you might choose the kiln room, or you might choose the windows to the outside, or you might also choose the door. Wherever you are, that's fine. Just pick one spot, and we're going to make all of our lines point in that direction. So I'm taking my corner of the R here, lining up my ruler, and I'm going to draw a 1 inch line that points towards my door. And in 1 inch, just go to the next number on your ruler. Holding my ruler in the same direction, I'm not spinning it, holding it in the same direction, a 1 inch line. Next dot, a 1 inch line. Next dot, a 1 inch line. Pointing towards my door, my next dot, a 1 inch line. My next dot, a 1 inch line, and my next dot, a 1 inch line. All right? Once again, they're all pointing in the same direction. This one is not pointing out over here, randomly over here towards that green wall in my room. No, they're all pointing towards one spot, which on this sheet, that one spot is the vanishing point. But on this project, that one spot is my classroom door. So now what I have to do is I have to take a line. Actually, I'm going to go over these in black just so that you can see it. I do not want you to do this. I'm just doing it as an example. Okay. So this orange line here curves. And what I want to do is I want to make a parallel line to that over here that also curves. It's not going to be straight because this line's not straight, and I want them to be parallel. There you go. Now I'm going to make a line here. This green line, I want to parallel that right here. This line, I want to parallel that. This curved line here, I'm going to parallel that right here. Let me stop for a second. Parallel. These two markers are parallel. They're like railroad tracks. They never, ever, ever touch. They can be curved, or they can be diagonal. But if they were like this, well, look, they're touching. Those are not parallel. Parallel are perfectly distanced from each other the entire way. And that's what I'm doing here. This green curved line and this green or orange curved line. This green curved line and this curved line. There you go. That's essentially the same thing I did here. It doesn't look as accurate, and that's only just because the colors I use don't really show depth as well. Versus on this one, using big, thick, strong lines in the front and a subtle, thin line in the back shows space very well. There's examples of this on your table that you can look at for guidance. I hope you are paying attention so that you can complete this yourself. Remember, there's just two things. From each corner, you draw a 1-inch line towards your vanishing point, which in my case is my front door. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is you go back and you draw a parallel line so that they do not touch, but that your dots are then connected. All right? I'm going to color these in so that it really shows space. Good luck.